Hello, it's Kate Bolt, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the UK. I'm back for another copy and cards this week. So I'm afraid I'm not live today. I'm away from my desk, but I brought you a little pre-recorded video to give you some inspiration. And yeah, I'm on my holidays. So I just wanted to leave you with some fun while I'm away. I do have my crafty dog in the craft room with me, if you can hear him. I do apologise. He does love to join in. So here we are now. I have had these dies from, this bundle from, this die set even, from Saleabration in my craft stash for far too long without using it. And I don't know why, because I've been super excited to use these. These are absolutely gorgeous, and they're called the Tree Lot dies, and they're free from Saleabration. So if you don't know what Saleabration is, we have a promotion going on right now with Stampin' Up! If you spend through July and August, you get free items, and all the items in the little Saleabration brochure are for free. So there's loads to choose from, but I particularly love these Tree Lot dies. Gorgeous. It's a level 2 freebie, so with £90 spend in my online shop, you can get these for free. Now they go with this lovely Trees for Sale stamp set that is in the catalogue. Absolutely fantastic bundle that is, or it's not a bundle, but they coordinate, they go together. Now you can use the dies without the stamps, so don't worry if you earn these and you don't have these stand alone, but how much more use can you get out of this if you have the stamp set as well? Anyway, it's the first time I've used it, so I thought we'd have a bit of play at Coffee and Cards, and I'm really excited about this because this cute little camper van, absolutely love it. Can you think of all the different times you would use this die and these trees, and there's even a little dog, all sorts of things in here, so it's not necessarily just for Christmas. I can see me using this all year round, so I'm just going to pop it to the side, and this is what we're going to use. And I wanted to make a quick card that I didn't have to think too much about the first time I use it. So I've taken inspiration from the Saleabration catalogue, and the design team have come up with one here, this gorgeous one. And I'm going to have a go at this, slightly different, because I'm going to use, they've done an ink technique, I think. I'm not sure what they've used, but I'm going to use some designer series paper for my background. Right, take a breath. Here we go. So this was the paper that I decided to use because it's got snowy scenes on it, and it's going to be like a Christmas card. This is my first proper Christmas card I think I've made this year, which is a bit late for me because I do like Christmas crafting. So this is the gnomes. This is the gnome paper, and it's gorgeous, and it comes with its own stamp and die bundle, and it's absolutely beautiful. And the dies cut out the gnomes, and they cut out gnomes on their own, and the stamps and all the mushrooms. But the reason I wanted it for this project was I wanted the snowy side. So we've got this one with trees, we've got this one, and this one, but I was interested in this. So I've cut a piece off this. It's Pacific Point, this blue, and it's got snowflakes on. I'm going to use that for my background, for my scene. So any kind of snowy scene, if you're going to make this card, would work. So here we go. I've cut my layers, and so I've taken the colour from the DSP and used that colour cardstock. So it's Pacific Point, and it's a card base which is A4 cut in half and scored in half. So I score it at 10.5 centimetres, and I cut it at 14.8. That makes you 2 card bases, and then I've left a bigger border this time here, and a very small border with a piece of white. So this is Whisper White cardstock, and then my designer series paper so I've gone down 1 centimetre, and then I've gone down by 0.3 centimetres, so 3 millimetres between these measurements. Yeah, so this one is 10.5, so this one will be 9.5 by 13.8, something like that, but measure it out. And then this one will be 13.5 by 9 point something. Anyway, you get my drift. Just 0.3 millimetres to make a small border around. I can measure that exactly for you. Let's have a look. So yeah, that is 9.5 centimetres, the white one, by 14.2. And this one is 14, so 2 millimetres, 14 by 9.3, so 2 millimetres. Yeah, There we go. So that's that, simple as. But then I wanted to create this snow scene. This one with a wavy line. Now I looked through all my die sets. I know there's some in the catalogue that do that. I don't have one. So I just took a piece of card. I cut a strip at 5 centimetres by the length of my white one, which is 14.3. And then I just drew a pencil line, a wavy pencil line. I cut it out with my snips. So that is going to go together like that. So that I'm going to do that to start with. Now I'll get my Tombow out. I'll do a bit of gluing and just get that stuck down. Simple. So I don't know what you're all doing for the summer. I hope you're having a great summer. It seems very odd making a Christmas card in the warm weather. But I suppose some countries have it warm at Christmas. So if you're in Australia, I imagine you have nice warm Christmases. Right. There we go. Then I don't imagine you'd make a snow scene. I don't know. Right. It's also got this great scene on the back. That would be great for a camper van. All those mountains and trees. So cool. But last year I started my Christmas crafting very early for my YouTube lives, for my Facebook lives and all those kind of things, classes and events. And by the time Christmas came, I had a big stack made. So whilst it seems a bit daft doing it that early, it was really handy. So I'm going to stick that on as it is. And I'm going to put my glue along the bottom in case I want to tuck some trees along the top, because I might do that. I haven't decided. So I'm going to place that so the bottom lines up with my white. There we go. So that's my card base, and I will need a Whisper White piece for the inside. Okay, so I'm going to put that to the side for a minute, and I'm going to bring in these dies and show you where I got the dies. Why do I do this every single time? Here we go. Show you what I've been doing with them. So some of these are not in here because I've taken some out, but we've got the camper van, we've got some trees, we've got 3 sizes of trees here. We've got the camper van front. So I've cut out all the pieces that I want, and I will show you how I've done it. So I've cut the camper van out in, I think this is cherry cobbler I cut it out in, and then I used this size tree and I cut out 3 of those in evening evergreen. I love that green colour. It's perfect for Christmas trees. It's very Christmassy green. And then with my basic white cardstock and the smaller one of these ones, which matches that one, that cuts out the snow that you can pop on the top. So there's one for each size tree in the die set. So I've got 1, 2, 3 of these. Very easy to make. Okay, and then I cut out the middle size one. I cut out 2 of those. And the corresponding snow for those. Okay, now this die here in one cuts out 2 pieces, and these 2 pieces make up the front of your camper van. So here and here, that makes that up like that. So it's starting to come together. Now I have also done a wreath, this little wreath. I cut it out in evening evergreen, and that's going to stick on there when I've built it. And I cut out, just like on the catalogue one, I cut out a little bow, like so. Then I wanted my wheel to be a different colour, and I wanted my axle on the back to be a different colour. So in the soft suede cardstock, I've cut out another one. And I'm going to cut that apart, and I'll grab my scissors. I'll put them away in a safe place. Am I the only one that does that? Oh, I don't want to use my ribbon scissors. Right, let's use the big ones. That's fine. So I'm going to snip the axle off, and I'm going to stick it on there. And this wheel, we don't want a red wheel, so I'm going to cut that one off as well. Keep that. I don't know what for. I'll keep it. Maybe we'll do an alternate colour one. And then I thought, well, I want my window to look right. I don't want to look through the window to the things behind it. So let's move these bits out of the way. And my window, I cut another one out. When you cut out your camper van, you'll see it comes like that, and the piece pops out of the middle. So this one is in very vanilla, and this one is going to go in here. And then I've got a little blind in my camper van, and here's the top of the frilly blind, right? So there's all these little bits that I've cut out ready to go together. So those bits I've cut out. And then I wanted my strings. Now there's some strings of lights on this card I rather like here, and I've cut the posts out. Now I thought I'd cut 3, and I'm sure it's here somewhere. It'll pop up in a minute. And also I want to cut the lights out, but I think I'm going to heat emboss those. So here's the die for the light string. So I need to stamp and heat emboss that and then cut it out using that die. So I'm going to leave that till in a minute. And there's the other post to hold the lights up together. So we're going to assemble this. But I love this because the stamp set, so you can see it cuts, you can stamp all the trees and cut them out. It's also got this trees for sale, so selling Christmas trees. And it's got the sign there, it's got stars for your starry sky. The dog is here. And there's a dog die. This looks like the posts to hold the trees up. And you've got 3 of those, so you can have a whole tree farm for Christmas trees. And you can have snowballs and paw prints in the snow. And there are so many dies in this set that are useful. There's even bird footprints. And I think that's, I don't know what that is for. No idea. But we will investigate at some point. Okay, so let's start assembling our card. Right, here we go. So I think what I'm going to do first is trees. I'm going to stick these together. So glasses on so I can see. I'm going to put a little bit just on the thicker parts of the die cut so it doesn't pop out everywhere. You could use your fine tip glue applicator for this. It might be a better idea. Or you can get the self-adhesive die paper, which is great. You run it through your Stampin' Up! Cut and Emboss machine and it comes out sticky. And we sell that in the online shop, and that's brilliant because the detailed die will come out sticky on one side, which is just what you want. So I tend to forget about it. I don't know why. There we go. So pop those together. Let's build these up. So that's that one. And then we'll pop our trees on. I love this idea. I think these are going to be great for all sorts of cards. I'd like to make one in completely non-Christmas colours. I think that will be a fun thing to do with the camper van. Right, and this glue just dries clear. Right, pop them all together. I could have done this before I started. It didn't occur to me that I could have gone a stage further. But here we go. At least you can see how easy it is to put them together. Right, let's pop those on. Now, in the example, they have stamped these, the trees, but I just wanted to use as many of the dies as I could for my first one. Make it easy. Oh, I've put it on the wrong side. That's why it's not fitting. It was backwards. There we go. I am very gluey now. Right, let's assemble our camper van. This is so adorable. A little bit of glue on this one, the axle post, whatever you call this bit that tows, you tow it with on the back of your car. So that's that one. Ooh. Make sure it covers it properly. There we are. Then we want the bottom. This is ribbed, so it embosses it as well. I don't know if you can see that. So good. I was thinking of sponging it. I think they sponged it in a little bit of a brown colour with a sponge dauber on the example in the catalogue. Just makes it look a bit more worn. Oh, I like that look. Put that one on there. Voila. Right, okay. Wreath needs to go on. Not actually that many parts. It looks like a lot. So that can go on over the door. So you can still reach the door handle that's embossed in there. So cute. We'll put the bow on. Beautiful Christmassy camper van. We'll put this one on. Which way? That way. You want to be able to see the inside of the wheel. There we go. You could put a little gem there to make the wheel hub stand out. I have got a circle that's come out of the door of the vanilla one. I wonder if I could put that on there. That might look nice. If that was underneath, cut in half. I don't know. I'm going to leave it as it is because I think that might make it really fiddly. But yeah, that's definitely something to contemplate. Or a little gem, because if you look at the example, they've definitely put a brad or a little gem there and a little one there. So I might look at doing that. Okay, so now it's time to pop my camper van on. Look how cute it is. Right, so you can see how I don't really want the window to be open like that. I did see someone fill theirs in and then put some vellum on top, which would also look nice because it looked like a proper window. I'm just going to decide the placement of my camper van before I stick it down though. So I might bring it up a bit. Oh, I'm getting it all stuck to my hands. So I want one there. I think I want a big one at the back. And I left that a bit free there, but I could actually, I think it looks nice on top. So yeah, just play around with your positioning until you've got it how you want it. Let's try these smaller ones. Let's see what they look like. Yeah, it's different in the sample because they've stamped it. So they got theirs of all varying heights. I think we're going to go like this. And I'll save this one for another one. That one over there a bit, that one over there. And then I'm going to glue them all down, as I now know, my words don't want to work. I now know where I want things to go. So I'm going to stick this one down first. Just a little bit of Tombow, keep it down. I don't need to pop it up on foam pads because there's enough layers already, I think. And then this one in the back. And I'll slide it down because it looks like the snow is drifting and there's a tree behind that snowdrift. Sorry if you can hear this noise of my dog snoring. Oh, there's not a lot I can do about that, is there? He loves to be in here when I'm working, and if I don't have him in here, he lets himself in. He just pushes the door open and he's in, and then he's by my feet. So we just go with it and enjoy it. He likes to help us. Right, so those are all stuck down. So now I know where my camper van is going. I don't even know if I've got room for lights now though, guys, because I've really been going for it with these trees, but we'll try. Okay, so I'm going to put my camper van on here like so, and I'm going to emboss my sentiment at the bottom. So I think I'm just going to stick it down Right, let's see how we get on. So cute. Okay, now I know where it's going to go. I can fit in my window, make sure it fits. So sweet. Because you don't really want the starry sky going through from the other side. Oh, it's not stars, the snow then. There we are. So we've got that one going in, and then we're going to put our white. Could put any colour little blind on there, but I think the white goes. Ooh. Maybe that would have looked nice in Pacific Point, that little blind. It would have matched the blue sky and the snow. There we go. So that blind is in. Good thing about this glue is it lets you move it around for a little bit, a bit of wriggle room. So we've got that going on. Next thing we need to do is work out what we're going to do. And this one might need to go behind my camper van. So let's just pull it up before it glues completely. There we are. And then this one. So actually they've stamped them and that looks so much better than the die cut. So I might do that. So let's put it to the side and we're going to do our stamping, right? So I've got a piece of spare basic white cardstock and I've got my lights. And I think I am going to stamp 2 lots of lights and heat emboss them. So here's a tip. These have to be cut out using the dies, okay? And we want the dies to exactly match, otherwise it won't cut out properly. So if I put this on here, on the block, and I don't put it the right way, it's not going to fit, it's not going to match. So let your stamp find its natural curve on your surface and then pick it up with a block, and then it should fit your die. So just a quick simple tip. And I'm going to stamp this twice. So 1. So how many Christmas cards are you going to send this year? I would love to know. If you could leave me a comment in the comments box and tell me about if you're going to send Christmas cards and how many. I do love to send Christmas cards. I do believe in Christmas cards. I'm not so sure about the whole I'm giving to charity thing. I just find it a bit sad because I do love Christmas cards and I love getting them. I love sending them, and I do think you can do that any time of the year. You can give a little bit to charity if you want to. But if you can send a Christmas card that actually physically comes through the post, how cool is that? How much does that mean to someone who might be living on their own or might not have spoken to you all year? Or, you know, let's bring Christmas cards back, guys. Not just a text or a Facebook post or a, you know, phone call. Let's send something through the post. I love it. Okay, this one didn't do very well at the end, but I'm hoping I'm going to get away with it. I've also got rather a lot of powder, and I normally have a paintbrush hanging around, but I can't see it in my stuff. So I'm just going to heat emboss it and see how it goes, because I'm going to cut it out. So I've got my heat tool. It's going to be a little bit noisy. I am sorry. Here we go. So I'm just heating up. I've embossed it in gold embossing powder. I thought that might be rather nice because they're meant to be lights lit up. Like this. I'm not going to worry too much that my embossing was a little bit messy today, because I'm going to cut it out. If you don't emboss and you're tempted to, I would suggest doing it. I would highly recommend it because it's such a fun thing to do. So it's a little bit of investment to buy a heat gun, and then just, if you buy the one set of basic colours of the embossing powders, which is black, white, gold and silver, I think, to start off with, you're set up, and you know, your embossing powder lasts you for a very long time, and once you've got your heat gun, it'll last you for years and years and years. So, you know, It's not a huge investment and you can use it for a long time. Right, I'm going to use it to cut it out with. So let's grab a bit of washi tape because I like to keep that handy. Where have I put you? And I've got my little mini embossing, Stampin' Up! Cut and Emboss machine here, my mini boss. So I'm going to pop it through there because I think that's easiest. All right, okay, so let's do this. I think this will fit. So let's pop it over the top and check that it fits with the way I've cut it. Seems to. Okay. Grab a bit of washi because it'll keep it in place. Right, I'm thinking that looks right, but I've never used this die before, so we're going to learn together. Fingers crossed it doesn't come out skew-if, huh? Right, get my hand in the shop. There we are. Let's see. Happy days. That's not bad, is it? Look at those little lights on the string. So cute. Right, that's not too bad at all. I think it will work. My first go, I'm quite happy. Right, let's pop it in again. I think I need to have it up slightly because I cut my string off a little bit, but not too bad. So let's do it like that. Like that. Keep my washi tape on there. And pop it through again. So 2 strings. And then I think I might actually stamp my posts, which is what they did in the example in the catalogue. So I think because I've got snow, I think it would look good to have them like that. Might look a bit more natural. Oh, that's one way of getting them out. Just drop them on there. There we go. Move my dies. You see, so that one's cut out really well. I'm happy with that. And they're going to go, if I've got room, they're going to go across here. Like this. And they're going to be shining lights. Like so. So, I've got those. Now, I do need a little bit more white, which I've got here, which is fabulous. And I do need the stamps. Oh, there's no stamps. So did they actually stamp those? No, they've cut them out. That's very odd. They definitely look like they're stamped, don't they? That's weird. Oh, unless they've cut them out of white and then coloured the middle in. They might well have done that. How odd. Right, well, we're going to go for what we've done because we've done it already and that's what the choice is. So we're going to go with that. Right, let's make these posts right. So, scissors, where are you? I keep putting those scissors away. Right, here we go. So let's have a look at the example again to make sure. This is how I start off with a new bundle often, is that I'll take an example from somewhere and I'll start playing with it. And then once I've played with it a few times, the inspiration just flows. Yeah, it's a really good way of getting to grips with a new set. So I think I need it to be at the top to hold it up. And then I need it to look like it's coming out of the snow. So like that. But I would rather it not to cut off my trees too much. Yeah, so like that. That's going to stick down. And then we need one for the middle, which is going to be quite a lot shorter, and I'm going to tuck it behind my camper van. Like that. Don't want it behind the window, don't want don't want it to poke out. So like that, something like that. This one is going to come across those two. And then this one, I might stick it behind my trees. because that might work a bit better. But I'm going to cut it about here. Just chop the end off like that. Get rid of those bits. Don't know if I can lift that tree. I did put rather a lot of glue on them because I didn't want them to move. No, we're going to put it over the top because I don't want to wreck that. Right, okay, so we got these down pat. So I think the first thing to do is do one side and then the other. So I think I'm going to glue this one in first, and then I can attach the lights from the middle, and I'll know they'll fit either end, if that makes sense. Oh, so fun, this set. So cute, look at it. I'd love to camp in the snow. Never done that. That would be fun, wouldn't it? So if I put this down here, I can then see where it's got to go to. A bit there. I'm going to put a little bit on the end just to position it. Actually, I'll put it all the way down because otherwise I won't be able to lift it off and do it. So stick it down. There we go. Oh, look at the lights. Aren't they cute? And they shine. Shiny lights. Right, this one now needs to go here. So let's pop some glue on that one. Glue that down. Oh, we need to put that over the top of there, don't we? So that it's actually hanging from the post and not the other way around. So put that one down first. And that one on there. There we go. So nice. And then we're going to go the other end. So coffee and cards today. We're just making this card. It's a long card because there's so much involved, but it's not hard. It's great fun to make this. So let's just have this so we know that we can, might need to chop it a bit. Yeah, I think I'm going to chop it there. Oh, this is lovely. Love that. So let's glue that down and then we'll put a little bit on these lights. And then we just need to do our sentiment. I might need to find my little paintbrush for any stray bits of embossing because I'm going to emboss the sentiment. Because I thought it would match. Let's have it crossed over like that. Or actually come down a bit. It should be a bit longer that way maybe. Yes. Yes, that's better. How cool is that? How cool is our camper van scene? Oh my goodness. And the only stamp that I've used so far is from the Trees for Sale is the lights. But I can see me using the stamps a lot in some of the other cards because there are loads of possibilities with it. And I think I'll do that soon. Right, so the sentiment I chose was the same as the one on the sample because I tried to keep to it a little bit. And we have got, you light up the season. I'm going to do the same thing. Let the stamp find its own shape. And I'm going to stamp it here and I'm going to emboss it now. Let me see, where are you, paintbrush? Aha. Which was in my pot of paintbrushes. Which makes sense, but normally I keep it with that little one with my heat embossing. Right, I'm going to ink this one up in Versamark. Now, we are really chancing this because we've made the project and now we're doing the sentiment. And so if I was being really sensible, I would have cut the white piece, this snow, then done the sentiment and then built the card around it. Because if it goes wrong, I'm a bit stuffed. So, but you know, let's keep our fingers crossed. You light up the season. Right, let's make sure there's enough on there. Okay, now you won't see it because it's clear. So we will just put the powder on it now. Now I've got some glue on the bottom, so no doubt the glue is going to pick it up. Put my finger over it. Okay, it's very hot in my craft room today, so it's sticking to everything. Okay, I might put some more on there. And I might then just have to do some surgery with my paintbrush, which makes a lot of sense. A lot of surgery. Okay, here we go. I didn't use my Stampin' Up! Embossing buddy. That was a mistake. Okay, here we go. Let's just take it off with the paintbrush. Just where it sticks. Just come in and take all the excess away. Give it a blow. But then be careful because I've just blown a load of the letters off. So I'm going to have to redo it. If this doesn't work, I will redo the sentiment on a separate piece. But, oh yeah. I don't know if this is going to work at all. It really wants to stick everywhere, doesn't it? Right, bear with me while I take off all this excess. Yeah, I'm not convinced about this. Because I think if I heat emboss it now, it's going to pick up all these tiny bits that have stuck and I can't get off. So I'm going to do it on a separate piece of card and pop it over the top because I don't want to wreck my card. Okay, let's do it again. And I think what we'll do is clean my stamp before we start. That's my light. And then heat emboss it. Here we go. Light up the season. There we go. So we can emboss that. See how that comes out. Nowhere near as bad, that one. I must have really handled that piece of paper before and left fingerprints all over it when I was making the card. Ooh. There we go. Right, I am going to heat this now and see how it comes out. Right, are you ready? This is the magical part. Love this bit. Yeah, so I suggest if you're going to make the same card or you want to emboss the front of your card, make sure you do it before you create the card because you'll end up like me and make a mess. So you don't want to wreck your card. But I'll make the mistake, shall I? So you don't have to. Just do it that way. Let's explain it like that. We're all human. Right, we light up the season. Now I have a die that I think would work really well with this. Quickly, if I can find you. It might be too big actually. Yeah, it's quite long. This one that comes with the harvest dies is very long. Oh no, look at that. Oh my goodness, you'd think it was made for it. I'm just going to pour my gold embossing powder away before I make more of a mess with it. Pop it back in. So it goes on forever. And this is my card. And here is my little mini embossing, mini boss for cutting. Bring the plates back in. Right, you light up the season. Bit of washi. I think it will work pretty well. It's hard to know. I don't want to chop it off. Well, we'll have a go. If this is no good, we'll try something else. Here's my other one. There it is. Pop it through. There we go. That's not too bad. It's not perfect. It's not too bad. Could do with being a little bit wider for those letters. But it's not bad. Right, I'm going to take off this embossing powder. Just going to wipe it away. I really like that. It's just slightly cut it off, hasn't it? How annoying. Light up the season. So should we try again? Have you got the patience to watch me try again? I think you probably haven't, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm determined this is going to look perfect by the time we've finished, because we spent so much time on that little caravan. It would be unwise to leave it. You light up the season. We're just going to cut it out as it is. I do love how the lights shine in the gold embossing though. That looks amazing. Not bad. There we go. Still got that stray bit. There we are. Right, let's heat it, cut it and pop it on. I think we're good to go. And we get to see it turn again. My favourite part. And it's quicker. Once you've used the heat tool once in the day, the heat tool is warm and it makes the process speedier. I'm going to let that just set a moment. I'm going to grab a piece of basic white card and my trimmer and cut the inside for my card, because we still need the inside. So we want it at 14.3 centimetres. So this is just a piece of basic white. By 10, and that is my layer size, which is also the same size as my inside, because it's my inside I'm cutting. Okay, right, so we've got that. That's going to go on the inside there. This one I'm not going to use. This one I am going to use, and I'm going to cut it down So let's just do that, and it looks quite neat this time. Just cut the ends off. I have a brand new blade on my trimmer, which is always a delight, don't you agree? Light up the season. Right, let's trim it down. Make sure I don't chop any of the top of the letters off, because that would be a disaster. You light up the season. I think that's looking good. I got glue all over me. Now, I have various ones of these. This is a very old one. Look at how grubby and gluey it is, but this is a glue eraser. We used to stock them from Stampin' Up. We don't anymore, but you can get them on Amazon, and they take away any of those little groobery, gluey, I don't even know what the word is, goobers of any of the liquid glue that you may have inadvertently got on your project. And you just rub it gently, patiently, and it will all disappear magically. Get them from anywhere, really. There, so that's looking clean and tidy now. We can pop this on with a couple of sticky foam pads, because I think that would look nice. And just raise it up and give it a little bit of dimension. And yeah, pop that on with some of these. 1, 2, 3. I think I'm going to put 4. Let's just go mad. Just go mad. Right, we're nearly done. You'll be pleased to know we're almost done. Okay. You light up the season. So pretty. And you could put this on pretty much any colour card if you wanted to raise it up like that, because you've embossed it, so you could put it on a different colour, not just the white. But it's snow on snow. So you light up the season. That's so pretty. That is lovely. I like that. And then, you know what? We'll stamp inside. Let's just put Christmas greetings, because why not? Christmas greetings we've got. So very merry. You light up the season and Christmas greetings. And I think I'll put Christmas greetings like that. And I think I'll get the evening evergreen, one of my favourite colours. To do that. Which is the same colour as the trees. You know what would be nice? In cherry cobbler it would look nice as well. And then you could stamp some trees inside if you wanted to, but I'm just, oh, look at the state. I've really squished it in there. Let's just try that out on a piece of scrap, just to make sure I haven't got any halos, because I have made a god-awful mess with my very juicy ink pad. Surprised I'm not wearing it. Look how much ink I've just got everywhere. Right, okay. Yeah, cherry cobbler, Christmas greetings, and then put some of the trees in. That would look stunning. But I'm happy to go with this. We've been going a long time. Okay, so here's our card, and we are pretty much complete. You'll be pleased to know. I absolutely love this tree lot die set. It's free in Saleabration with a £90 spend in my online shop. It will be gone by the end of August, which is such a shame because it's such a gorgeous die set. But mine's going to be a keeper, and I'm going to be making a lot of Christmas cards using this, and lots of other cards, because I have a yearning to make a brightly coloured campervan card. I think it would be so cute. So there we go. I hope you've enjoyed watching me make with this die set and the Trees for Sale stamp set. It's absolutely brilliant. As I say, you can get the die set free with Saleabration. So if you like any of these things, my online shop is kate.bolt@stampingup.net. how many email addresses and website links do I share? So katebolt.stampinup.net, you will find my online shop, or pop over to my website at inkstampshare.ink and you'll find all the links to everything over there. Yeah, do take a look at the die set. I love it, or the both. Pop this in your basket while you're there. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I'll be back to normal the first week of September. I'll be live. In the meantime, do enjoy any pre-recorded videos I pop up. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe and also give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Tell me what you think of the dies and the camper van if you like it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Goodbye. Bye-bye.